Hello there and welcome to Lookuptv News. We've got lots that we've lined up for you this evening. A lot of sporting action, of course, in the business segment and then politics. I'm Nancy Nalimo. Sign language interpreter is Felista Adundo. Before we get into all of that, here are our top stories. Tonight on Lookuptv News, the roar of fast cars. President William Ruto flags off World Rally Championship at KICC. 5,600 livestock recovered as government is set to recruit 460 more National Police Reserve officers to heighten security in Turkana.
I feel very sad for the people of Embakasi East because they have a governor who prioritizes sherehe instead of doing the work.
And Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja fined 500,000 shillings for failing to appear before the Senate Energy Committee over Embakasi gas explosion. Once more, welcome to the broadcast. The hashtag is Lookuptv News at Lookuptv on Facebook, Lookuptv on X, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. Feel free to engage with us, and I'll be sampling some of your feedback at the tail end of this broadcast. Let's begin. President William Ruto has officially launched the WRC Safari Rally 2024 competition at the Kenyatta International Convention Center in Nairobi. Speaking before flagging off the racing cars on Thursday, Ruto said the prestigious motor racing event comes as a truly special Easter holiday gift to millions of families to bond over a thrilling spectacle. Among the local drivers who will feature in the race include five-time Safari Rally champion Carl Flash Tundo, ARC African Continent race champions Kasarani Patel, Hamza Anwar, Kif Virani and Soma Vora. The drivers will also show their dominance against their foreign counterparts in a special show in Kasarani area before heading to Naivasha and Nakuru County, where the event will take place.
3, 2, 1, and off they go. Karan Patel and Tosif Khan.
Thursday morning, and President William Ruto officially flagged off the WRC Safari Rally 2024 edition at the KICC in Nairobi, with fans standing up in numbers to witness the event. The president used the podium to welcome the 29 drivers who are expected to compete in a 4-day event, with the culmination being on Sunday at the Naivasha in Nakuru County.
And to all our visitors, you may have realized that Kenya has now eliminated all requirements of visa for any person coming from anywhere in the world, because Kenya is the home of humanity, and we welcome you in Kenya with the greetings, welcome home.
The head of state urged Kenyans to celebrate Easter by turning out in large numbers to support the drivers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage all Kenyans to come out in large numbers to support our teams and celebrate Easter in style. Let us join together in welcoming all our visitors to magical Kenya, the beautiful country of humanity's first home.
After the flagging off, the drivers headed for the opening stage at Kasarani before heading to Naivasha in Nakuru County. Terry Neuville, who was eliminated last year, now leads the FIA World Rally Championship at the early stages with 3 points, beating his Hyundai teammate Ott Tanak by just 0.1 seconds in the Kasarani spectator stage. Ilfin Evans with his Toyota came in second, recording 45 points. Japanese Katsuka settled 7th with 12 points. Two-time and reign champion Kali Rovanpera was position 8 with 11 points, 13 points behind 8-time champion Sebastian Ogier, who came in 4th with 24 points. The action resumes on Friday, 29th March in the morning, with the drivers expected to race at Kedong, among other stages. Meanwhile, security has been tightened in Naivasha ahead of the WRC this weekend, with the government banning parking and selling of alcohol along the Nairobi-Nakuru highway.
Hakutakuwa na mambo ya pombe. Hakuna mambo ya kutengeneza magari ati inauza pombe sehemu fulani katika Naivasha kwa jumla. Hakuna.
Atieno Ngondo, Lookuptv.
Thank you, Atieno. And of course, right here on Lookuptv, we'll be bringing you up to speed with how the WRC Safari Rally Championships will be going on in Naivasha. Away from that, the government has recovered at least 5,600 stolen animals in the vast North Rift region. This is according to Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki. As John Matava now files, the government is set to deploy 468 more National Police reservists to Turkana County in a bid to enhance security following the reduction in cases of insecurity after the most recent deployment of more officers.
Out of 6,800 livestock stolen in Turkana County, 5,600 livestock were recovered, leaving 1,200 outstanding. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki, however, directed the county security and intelligence team to look for the remaining cattle and hand over to their owners.
Out of the 6,800, we have recovered 5,600, 1,200 livestock, heads of cattle and camels are outstanding. I have directed the county security and intelligence team to look for the remainder of the livestock, recover it and hand it over to their owners.
Turkana County has been grappling with persistent insecurity, largely attributed to frequent conflicts between the Toposa community from South Sudan and the Turkana community in Kenya.
As you're aware, there is an ongoing operation to deal with the security challenges, especially banditry and livestock rustling in northern Rift Valley, including Turkana County. We have made some progress, but we still have challenges, which we met this morning.
In an attempt to address security issues, Kindiki last week unveiled the new equipment to be used in the fight against crime, noting that the government remains focused on the complete suppression and neutralization of terrorism, banditry and livestock rustling and other organized criminal activities.
Our officers are doing their best, and the government is supporting them by modernizing their equipment because we do not want to have casualties among law enforcement officers. Last week, I commissioned a number of armored personnel carriers and mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicles.
According to CS Kindiki, the recruitment, training and deployment of National Police reservists has significantly improved security, resulting to normalcy on the Kitale-Lodwar Highway and several other areas within Turkana County that were experiencing insecurity.
I have asked the security team to work with other stakeholders and ensure that we add the number of NPRs within Turkana County by 468. which will be spread across the areas where we still have problems.
John Matava, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has been fined 500,000 shillings for failing to appear before the Senate Committee on Energy on Thursday. The first-time governor was set to appear before the committee in regards to the Embakasi gas explosion. This not being the first time, the senators insisted that the governor was aware of the summoning but decided to skip the sessions, hence the decision to fine him. Stanley Lugaria tells us more.
Governor Johnson Arthur Sakaja on Thursday once again found himself at the center of controversy, this time round on the receiving end, after being slapped with a whopping 500,000 shillings fine for failing to honor summons by the Senate Energy Committee over the Mradi gas explosion in Embakasi East constituency.
In this summons, or to produce the documentation required by the committee, then one, the committee may impose upon you a fine not exceeding 500,000 shillings.
The last meeting that he came, when we met regarding the fire in Embakasi, we actually gave him a copy of the letter that we had written seeking a response for this.
The governor has severally defied the summons of the Senate Standing Committee on Energy, with less convincing excuses for his unavailability. However, on this occasion, a hefty fine was imposed on the Nairobi governor following the aftermath of a tragedy that shook the country after the deadly gas explosion of a lorry offloading gas cylinders that saw over 7 lives lost, hundreds of families displaced, with several questions left unanswered. The county chief has been blamed for not taking the issue seriously, even as 4 suspects were arraigned at the Milimani High Court and Makadara Law Courts respectively to answer on charges leveled against them.
But we came to the committee first, executed our business at Parliament and joined the governor at that same funeral, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair. Today, I will not be surprised if you see the governor of Nairobi at the flag of the World Rally Championship at KICC.
To fine and summon, and then if he doesn't appear the second time, fine, and then also now try to use this, maybe the police, to compel the witness to appear here.
The committee, led by Senators Boni Khalwale and Ledama Olekina of Kakamega and Narok respectively, felt demeaned by the Nairobi County boss. Their voices echoed with the demands for accountability, insisting that the governor has made it a habit to skip sessions, terming him a constant joker who fancied entertainment over proper service delivery.
You know, Governor Sakaja has become notorious. You know, he does not respect Parliament, and this is why today we summoned him and also again and fined him 500,000 shillings. He may not feel the pain because since he became governor, he's become a billionaire. I wonder where that money is coming from. I know he was rescued somewhere by the president, but now this time around we will not.
Stanley Lugaria, Lookuptv.
Away from that, the government, through the Ministry of Education, now says the funding of private universities has been stopped. According to Education CS Ezekiel Machogu, this has been attributed to the fact that no funds were allocated to students undertaking the studies in private institutions of higher learning.
It is an issue that has raised concerns among parents and students across the country following the announcement by Education CS Ezekiel Machogu that the government will no longer fund students in private universities, attributing to the fact that no funds were allocated to students undertaking their studies in private institutions of higher learning.
Private universities, that allocation has been declining. And more specifically, why SCOT is affected, you'll notice that in this financial year, that is 2023-2024, the amount allocated to private university had a sharp decline from 3.1 billion to 1.7 billion.
According to Machakos Senator Agnes Kavindu, the move to stop facilitating private universities will hinder provision education institutions of higher learning.
Schools on committal that they'll put up with the 80%, and now it's that there is no money for private universities. No money has been approved.
Yeah, it's a very serious issue actually.
Yes.
When you say we are collaborating with private universities, private schools and so on.
Appearing before the Senate Standing Committee on Education, the Education CS called on Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja to map out any empty public land within the capital for construction of more public schools, decrying on the deteriorating state of infrastructure in public schools, the CS noting that only 29% of the schools within Nairobi are public, while 71% are all private.
We are not denying the fact that a number of our schools in this country are actually overcrowded. You know, ever since the time we undertook free and compulsory education, it has its own very good benefits, but again it came with challenges. The 100% transition that we are undertaking as a government and as a people of Kenya is a very good move, ensuring that our children move from one step to another. But it has posed various challenges, particularly on infrastructure development.
Maven Getembe, Lookuptv.
4 people have been arraigned in Machakos court over allegations of land fraud on a piece of land owned by Swara Wildlife Conservancy in Lukenya, Machakos County. The 4 were released on 200,000 shillings cash bail after their advocate Cliff Umbeta cited lack of enough evidence to detain them. Faith Charles with more on the corridors of justice.
The 4, namely Papuyes Mureithi, Sebastian Sikenye, Geoffrey Nyakweba and Timothy Chuba, were presented before Principal Magistrate Charles Ondiek over land fraud allegation on a piece of land owned by Swara Wildlife Conservancy in Machakos. According to the investigation officer Kipkorir Kirui, some witnesses had not recorded statements and that some letters have been written to Ardhi House, Nairobi, Survey of Kenya Wildlife Services, to confirm the title that was presented by Swara Wildlife Conservancy.
I'm applying for 5 days for the 4 suspects. to be detained at Machakos police station. For the application for 5 days, we have not done, but we have not recorded statement for some witnesses. Also, we have written some letters. We have written letters to House Nairobi, Survey of Kenya, Kenya Wildlife Service.
The 4 suspects were represented by Advocate Cliff Ombeta, told the court that there was no evidence presented to the court to prove that there was an offense committed, but a show of favorism despite being given some documents to put to the respondents in cell, thus a sign of malice.
There is even nothing that has been put before you to show that there is any offense that has been committed. But what do? They show you some favoritism. They say that they have been given documents by a complainant. First of all, if the respondents had documents, it would come from one person, not 4 of them. So 3 of them suffer because of an allegation.
However, Magistrate Ontiek ordered that the 4 should be released on a cash bail of 200,000 shillings on each. The suspects will be back for a mention and a plea on the 8th of April, and that if they fail to pay cash bail, they will be detained in Machakos police station. Faye Charles, Lookuptv.
It's a good time for us to take a very short break here on the program. But when we come back, there's so many more stories, including the fear that COVID-19 is back. The Ministry of Health clarifies.
University of Nairobi is a distinguished institution of higher learning dedicated to nurturing your intellectual curiosity and pushing the boundaries of knowledge. From state-of-the-art laboratories to modern libraries equipped with the latest resources, we provide you with the tools you need to succeed. Choose from a wide range of programs designed to prepare you for challenges of tomorrow's world. Whether in STEM, humanities, business, or the arts, our strong industry connections and career service support will help you translate your education into meaningful career opportunities upon graduation. Join a vibrant community of scholars from around the world, fostering cultural exchange, collaboration, and lifelong friendships. Book your space now for September intakes. Log in to https://www.uonbi.ac.ke for a wide range of courses to choose from. You can also contact +254 020 491 0000 or email us at pr@ounbi.ac.ke.
Did you know how the Naui real estate have made families' dreams come true? We've already settled many families in Juja Gardens Phase 1 to 5. And now, introducing Juja Gardens Phase 6, right in the heart of Juja Farm, selling at an incredible 850k only. Secure your plot with just a 30% deposit per 8 of an acre, with all amenities ready and title deeds waiting for you. For more information, visit us at Gitwamba Plaza, 2nd floor, Ruiru Town, or call us at 0794 880000. Pata title uitwe bosi.
Kipindi ni ukulima ni mali na Manjoro. Kumbuka hapa ndipo unajifunza mambo mengi kuhusu ukulima. Kilimo ni uti wa mgongo wa nchi, na ukiwa na Njoro unajifunza. Kumbuka, angalia mwenyewe. Tunakuambia ukitaka kujua tips za ukulima, ungana na sisi kwenye Lookuptv. Every Sunday unatukuta pale saa 10, tunakuonesha kuhusu ukulima. Ukulima wa mimea, ukulima wa ng'ombe, ukulima wa kuku, ukulima wa mbuzi, na yote ambayo yanahusiana na ukulima. Kumbuka nini? Kipindi ni ukulima ni mali.
Come Come, let us show you place spot to build your dream home in Baraka Gardens, situated just 5.4 kilometers from Blue Post Junction along the Thika Gatura Road. Place finest with secure gated community. Majina Stima Eco on-site. Usitans na stories za title deeds ziko ready. Plus, flexible payment plans and financing options. Pay 30% and clear the rest in installments. Get in touch, 20 site visit. For more information, contact 0794 333 222 or 0722 668 700 or visit our website www.mahasibuhousing.co.ke. Experience the beauty of Baraka Gardens today.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Let's continue. The Ministry of Health has dismissed claims that the surge in respiratory illnesses in the country is due to the SARS-CoV-2 COVID-19, attributing it to an increase in the swine flu influenza virus cases. In a statement on Thursday, the Acting Director General for Health, Dr. Patrick Amoth, stated that influenza cases are usually high from February to March and July to November, adding that they have also been monitoring SARS-CoV-2 cases with a focus on the new variant clade GNI since December last year. He further said that the MOH has been monitoring the cases by employing a surveillance system which has been in operation over the last 2 decades. Amoth said that an upsurge in influenza cases is usually expected during this time of the year, citing the insignificance in the number of hospitalizations and deaths from the virus. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has decried, the slow delivery of public services to Kenyans. Speaking when he chaired the National Development Implementation Committee meeting of 2024, Mudavadi reminded the PSs of the deliverables agreed upon during the inaugural DDIC meeting that was held in March last year at the Kenya School of Government, decrying that 1 year down the line, the results have not shown any progress.
There will be a paradigm shift in the management of public affairs. The trajectory will be driven by the whole of government approach, characterized by customer-oriented, high-performing teams focused on set targets, excellence, and professionalism. 1 year down the line, silo mentality, self-taps, lethargy, and inefficiency are still evident in the management of public affairs. This has slowed down service delivery. His Excellency President RUTO has severally reminded us to protect public resources with zeal to be able to actualize the bottom-up economic transformation agenda better again. The President raised the issue during the last cabinet retreat in Naivasha, where we were all in attendance. His Excellency President RUTO has severally reminded us to protect public resources with zeal to be able to actualize the bottom-up economic transformation agenda better again. The President raised the issue during the last cabinet retreat in Naivasha, where we were all in attendance. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not been overzealous in protection of public resources. Duplications and overlaps in some of our MDAs and state agencies is shocking. As a result, His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, has directed the consolidation process of state agencies to commence to stop duplicity of functions and wastages.
Now, hundreds of Miraa farmers from Igembe have slammed the government over failure to quash cartels troubling farmers in the sector. As Ebi Kadenyi now files, the farmers lament that despite Mithika Lenturi, who hails from the region, being handed the agriculture docket, the situation has gotten even worse for farmers in the region.
With Meru County widely known for their Miraa farming, farmers from Igembe have raised concerns over the plight of Miraa farmers in the region. The farmers in their hundreds have lamented over the failure of the government to address the issue of cartels who have taken over the sector, thereby leaving the farmers in disarray.
Sisi hatuna kitu ya kuchunga mbele zetu, saa hii kila kitu imeharibika. Kwa hivyo ombi letu kwako President, zile kura tulikupea Meru County na Igembe region, ile riwandi tumeona tumeriwandiwa nayo, hatujaridhika hata kidogo.
The farmers have faulted Agriculture CS Mithika Lenturi for failing to address the plight of Miraa farmers, calling on President William RUTO to intervene.
Ndivyo sisi tumekutana leo tuanze safari ya kuambia William Samoei RUTO atuondolee Mithika Lenturi, atuwekee waziri mwingine ambaye atasaidia Wameru. Tuko na imani na rais wetu mpendwa William Samoei RUTO, na kilio chetu tufikie William Samoei RUTO, kwa sababu watoto wetu wakirudi shule muda ujao hawatarudi.
The farmers now want the head of state to deploy same efforts used in addressing the plight of sugarcane farmers, threatening to hold demos if their issues are not addressed.
Kwa hili wale makateli wako kwa factory za sukari na wakulima wa sukari wakapata haki yao, tunataka pia aseme mambo ni matatu. Cartels wale wako kwa Miraa waondoke. Sasa hizo solution zetu, na tunaomba imfikie rais na atupe report after 7 days. Failure to that, tunaongea na hawa viongozi wa areas zingine, Ndandero, Kaboito, huko Kiengo, Pera na huko kwingine. Tunapanga mkutano wa maili 3 for the next 2 weeks. Na kama itapata resolution, tutajipanga, tutaondoka hapa kama mpasi 4-5, tutembelee rais hapo Harambee House, tumuelezee ile kitu umetupa kwetu imekuwa sumu.
Ebi Kadenyi, Lookuptv.
Now, coffee societies in Kiambu County have called upon the government to hold public participation forums with all coffee society boards in order to look for a way to fasten milling operations and sell off their coffee. The societies complain that the implementation of new regulations to have coffee channeled through the new Kenya Planters Cooperative Union after the government delicensed most of the private millers is giving them a hard time in convincing the farmers to wait for their dues longer than expected.
The implementation of new regulations to have coffee channeled through the new Kenya Planters Cooperative Union after the government delicensed most private millers is giving societies agony of convincing farmers to wait for their dues longer than expected.
Mkulima akona pesa, hana pesa kwa mfuko. Kahawa tayari ameleta kwa factory na factory wanapeleka KPCU na bado inakuwa delayed sana.
According to Frederick Kinyanjui, chairman Dumberi Coffee Growers Cooperative Society in Kiambu County, things could get out of hand, calling on the government to give a chance for dialogue with coffee stakeholders in order to get things right.
Tunaweza furahi sana tukiketi chini na wao tuongee, tuwaambie mambo ya kahawa na mahali iko shida.
Finally, George Ikonya, the secretary manager Dumberi Society, said that farmers' cost of production of coffee is high as compared to money they get for their produce.
Hawa unalipa na deni. Kila kitu mkulima ana fund mpaka wakati atalipwa. Sasa hapo ndio nauliza kama serikali ingeweza kusaidia.
Onesmus Msonye, Lookuptv.
There was drama in Mtwapa area of Kilifi South Sub-County when government officers drawn from the national and county government tried to repossess a grabbed piece of land belonging to the National Museums of Kenya. The 8-acre piece of land was allegedly hived off from the Mtwapa heritage site and grabbed by a private developer who was illegally issued with a title deed. Judge Kayesi with more in our next wrap.
The alleged encroachment on this land from Bimtopo Heritage Site has raised concerns and led to accusations against the developer for unlawfully appropriating the property. Tension erupted as significant escaris along with the government officers from both national and county levels led by the PS of State Department of Culture, Arts and Heritage, Umi Bashir, attempted to dismantle a perimeter wall. However, they were met with resistance from unidentified assailants. Ms. Bashir asserted the land was fraudulently acquired by Awath 2 years ago and currently bush clearing activities were in progress.
People acquiring land through devious means and insisting that it belongs to them, insisting that sale agreement took place 2 years ago, while this land has been gazetted since 1935, is a very serious matter.
Nonetheless, Awath claimed ownership of the land, stating that he had purchased it and was issued an approval letter, only for the county to backtrack on the approval.
Mimi ndo mwenye shamba plot number 318. Wakati na nimenunua hiyo shamba, Tete ameleta wahuni pamoja na Kenchonga kusimamisha kujenga ukuta. Walivunja ukuta mara ya kwanza na wakasimamisha ukuta mara ya pili. Nikaripoti hiyo kesi police station.
In Kisii County, Governor Simbarati has made a passionate plea to Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki, urging prompt intervention to tackle the increasing lawlessness in the region. Addressing attendees at the Gusii Stadium in Kisii Town during a graduation event for more than 500 youths who finished digital skill course, the governor lamented the lack of cohesion among local leaders, noting its detrimental impact on the community.
The Minister for Interior was here. He can go ahead, make sure all the criminal gangs, they are dealt with firmly. I want to plead with my leaders, all leaders, please, bury your hatches.
Finally, the Safaricom Foundation, in collaboration with the Catholic Relief Services, has initiated a program called Wezesha Vijana, offering scholarship to Technical Training Institute for 400 youths in Isiolo and Marsabit counties. This initiative aims to incentivize skills development in the region. Lema Muhammad, the program coordinator at Catholic Relief Services, emphasized during the launch of the scholarship application that priority would be given to vulnerable groups in society.
Vulnerable youth, those who hawajawahi pata opportunity ya kusoma, wale ambao ni poor, wale ambao ni orphan, wale ambao wamekuwa na wako na disability.
He further urged young people to alter their mindset towards technical skills development, emphasizing the abundance of opportunities awaiting them in the skilled labor market.
Kitu moja pia nyingine muhimu ambaye Wezesha Vijana program tunanuia kufanya ni kubadilisha fikra ya jamii yetu kufuata tu mifugo peke yake, kwa sababu hali ya uchumi, hali ya anga, hali ya uchumi imebadilika.
George Kayesi, Lookuptv.
Let's now get sporty. Several rally drivers from within and abroad have voiced their expectations ahead of the 2024 WRC Safari Rally slated for this weekend. The drivers remain optimistic of registering good performances in the Easter weekend drive, where thousands of fans are expected to witness the spectacle.
So I just prepared from the previous years, like what kind of race you can go cut, but what kind of race you need to slow down. So yeah, last 3 years car has been very strong, so I'm not out with our car, but still this season will be a big challenge because of the weather and the conditions, so need to be patient.
Sure, this year we are not having the title because I'm not even doing full season of racing. I just do half of the events, but definitely this one was one of the events we want to do.
Here is the third time for us. We expect a really tough rally with different conditions, from dry to really wet roads. So it will be really interesting following those 3 days here, and we look forward. We try to prepare, but of course it's impossible to prepare for those conditions because they are unexpected. So we try our best and we hope for a good rally.
And here, obviously the goal is to score a lot of points in WRC2. So yeah, we just need to survive, and in the end the result should not be bad because we are only a few competitors in WRC2 here, so if you finish you will have some good points.
Rally drivers John Ngugi and Josiah Kariuki have expressed excitement in participating in the WRC Safari Rally for the first time this weekend. The duo, who have been sponsored by Bangbet, have vowed to use the platform to showcase their prowess in rally driving. Belgian world champion leader Thierry Neuville took control of the Safari Rally Kenya on Thursday after the opening special stage ahead of the Estonia's Ott Tänak, both driving a Hyundai. Neuville edged Tänak by a slim 0.1 second margin after the super special, where drivers competed 2x2 over a short loop during the day's only stage on a rain-soaked and muddy track. Finland's double-ringing world champion Karl Rovanperä was third fastest in a Toyota as the 23-year-old competes in just a few WRC World Championship events this year. The Safari Rally, third round of 13 in the championship, is considered the most difficult. This year, it takes place in the middle of a rainy season, which makes the tracks muddy and difficult to navigate. The 19 special stages, covering 367.76 timed kilometers, take place around Naivasha and Lake Elementaita in the middle of the Rift Valley, around 2,000 meters above sea level. Former Harambee Stars manager Francis Kimanzi has been appointed as the new Mathare United manager. Kimani, who was coached various teams in the country, will take over from Leonard Odipo, who was fired over poor performance. Mathare were relegated last season and are fighting to return to the top flight division next season. Boy teams emerged victorious in the Costa del Rado Cup finals in Spain after seeing of Eusebio from Barcelona 3-0. The team lifted the trophy courtesy of a brace from striker Austin Odongo and another from Hamisi Otieno. However, the girls team lost their final 2-0 in post-match penalties after registering a 1-1 draw in regular time. And just like that, we've come to the end of the broadcast this evening. Oyando Wycliffe across Facebook says, good evening, watching live from 045 Kisii branch. Thank you so much. Curtis Otieno says he's tuned in. James Kinyo says, finding a governor $500,000 is a waste of time. This is in regards to the story of Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja, who has been fined $500,000 for failing to appear before the Senate Committee of Energy. And he says $500,000 is a waste of time. I don't know, is it very easy money to get? Sam Ambaya says, tuned in from Trans Nzoia County. We appreciate you for watching. Remember, Lookuptv comes to you across all our 47 counties, and you can also catch us across all our social media platforms at Lookuptv on Facebook, Lookuptv on X, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. And for you to catch the latest stories that are making headlines, you can keep up with us as well at www.lookuptv.co.ke. I am Nancy Nalima. Our sign language interpreter for tonight has been Felista Adundo. We appreciate you for watching. Have yourselves a pleasant weekend, Easter holiday.